Hey guys, Steve with Synthrotek here again. Today I'm doing a demo of kind of a circuit-mounted project that I'm doing that basically turns in one of these little keyboards that you've probably seen many times at thrift stores, toy stores, flea markets, whatever. But they're kind of fun. They got a neat little bended note sound to them. Anyway, I've ripped one apart over here. You can come take a look. And what I've done is I've made it so it can actually work with one of our 8-step sequencers. It can work with any sequencer, actually, but I have it hooked up to my 8-step sequencer here. So what I've done is I have taken the control voltage out, and I have disconnected the power the power cables that go to the battery here from the chassis. And what I've done is I've found those two places there, and I've actually put my control voltage into where the power is. There's only it's only about 3 volts coming into this thing, and this can kick out a little more than 3, or right around there. There's a variation of the voltage on the control voltage, obviously. And so what it ends up doing is it ends up giving me a little synthesizer that I can actually sequence, which is kind of cool. What I've done too is that there happens to be, like right here, if you open up maybe yours or whatever, there's a little capacitor right here next to this transistor of some sort. And what I've found is that when I take some leads from that particular capacitor and I touch it to the non-powered lead, whatever is leading to this chip here, these little goofy chips that you can blow up really easily, soldered onto there, and basically it drones that sound. And because the sequencer is only kicking out voltage at particular intervals, it's only kind of turning it on. I've got a couple of them hooked up to that same capacitor, and then there's also this connection over here to this resistor that I don't really know what it is. I haven't done a lot of research on this circuit, but what that allows me to do is I've also hooked it up to another one. So I've got 3 different contacts connected, and it kind of gives this like kind of oscillated weird sound or whatever. You also can put back, I'm going to put it back together and then I'll show you what it looks like, but you can put back on the touch strip here for each key, and what will happen is it'll also like make some weird noises, and on these ones it'll cancel out if you actually hit them down, so you can actually do some live crap. I'm sure you can hook up a lot more of them and even make your own weird thing. The next mod that I'm going to do on this video after I'm done showing you this is I'm actually going to put an 1/8" audio jack out instead of using the speaker, so that I can hook it up to my other gear and use other effects and things with it as well. So it'll be kind of a neat little synth to work with. These things are cheap. They're probably everywhere. So I think I got mine for like $1. Anyway, fun. But here's how it sounds. It's not super loud right yet, but I can turn up. I can go over here to my sequencer and increase the tempo. Okay, I've finally soldered up all my little modifications here to this fun little synthesizer deal. So why don't you come in and take a look? I've done quite a few things here, actually. First of all, what I've done is because I detached the power, essentially, from the battery source, really the only power that this synthesizer is now going to get is going to be from the 8-step sequencer, or any kind of sequencer you get. So it's running off the voltage coming in there. So what I've done is I've connected a cord up here that takes my control voltage out of my sequencer here, runs it in, and basically this just operates on the same black and white, or black and red power wires that were going off to the battery jack. So basically I'm just bypassing that with the control voltage. The second thing I've done here is I've bypassed the speaker here by putting in a jack or a plug, excuse me, here that allows me to bring it out to my amplifier, in this case my PV Rage. What I've also done here is I've added a 4.7 microfarad capacitor that's switched in line here with this little capacitor right here. Hopefully you can check that little capacitor out here. And I've added basically in parallel to that capacitor, this capacitor on a switch. It just gives a little bit of different sounds. And then also what I've done is I've also added a switch here that basically just kind of shorts out that resistor there, and that also offers a different sound. I've also added a switch so it can be power on and power off. What that really allows me to do, though, is it allows me to kind of do this like dump sound. And I'll show you what that sounds like. But it also can power it on and power it off, so to speak. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my amplifier. A little noisy there, sorry. Turn on my sequencer here. And you'll see with this power switch I can kind of dump. You can hear that dump. But you leave it on here. This will also get some different sounds. You'll just see how it goes through. This is with that capacitor on. Actually, this is with it on. Now it's with it off. Alright, so this is kind of my final version of my Music Maker keyboard. Like I said, there's plenty of these little things out there, easy to find. I've made this so it can actually work with a sequencer. I would say it's circuit bent, obviously a bit, but it's not necessarily just kind of tweaked to mess around with normal voltage or to play the keys so much. The keys can find their way in there a little bit, but really I've made this as a product that is going to work great with one of our sequencer products, our 810 or 16-step sequencer. Anyway, it's kind of cool. I'll just show you one last demo of it. All kind of ready to rock, ready to go. And so I'm going to turn my amplifier on. I'm going to plug that into the amp part. I got my sequencer already on. And now I'm going to turn this bad boy on. I'm going to mess with the knobs and get some different effects. So the product that works great with our 8 or 10 step or 16 step sequencers. Thanks a lot for watching.